most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree?
Hi, Jack.
Jack to the tracks.
Hi there guys, welcome back into another session. Hope everyone is having a brilliant start to the week on this beautiful Tuesday. A little bit of a mixed market now in legacy stock markets, as we had a red start yesterday, didn't we? Nvidia down, just currently down pre-market, still 16% to be honest, okay? Wiping 600 billion, I repeat 600 billion off their market cap. Someone always gets the blame for it, and at the minute it's DeepSeek. But yeah, a couple of things to look at with you today. We're going to have a look at Bitcoin, the levels on Bitcoin, where we've come from and where we are going as normal. We're going to have a look at ETH, we're going to have a look at Sol, we're going to have a look at DOGE, PEPE, and then another chart I'm really liking at the minute is Hype, okay, HYPERLIQUID. So we'll have a look at those together. Yeah, but yeah, interesting week. I think we are in for FOMC, okay, on Wednesday the 29th. Okay, check local timings for that. Could bring a little bit of volatility. Maybe the markets chop about just before then as well. But yeah, mixed market today in legacy market. Crypto is back in the green slightly. Very easy to levels to play on Bitcoin now. So we will go through that. A couple of things just want to say. First and foremost, thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined the channel. Much appreciated. If you've not already, go and check out the other playlists, okay? So, link below for a free trial on the TRDR console. Full free playlist here as well. And if you're into a little bit of deep house or lo-fi tunes for your trading, coding or working week, go and check out the music list. But one thing I do want to just point out to new people, really, ideally, please, please, please make the time and go and check out this video, okay? I will link it at the end of the video and below, but you need to go and check out this video, okay? This is the one where we go over the price action with the legend, okay, that is Mark Douglas, okay? So what we're doing is we're going over Mark Douglas, how to think like a professional trader, 3 or 4 session. And what he does in this video is basically talk about how the market actually moves. It's interesting to realize when I actually ask some traders and investors and whoever, how does price actually move in a market? And some people are clueless, okay? You know, it should be the first thing we all think about, you know, how does price actually move? So we go through that with Mark Douglas, and then obviously I'm in the TRDR console here and reviewing a little bit of price action that we were seeing at that time. So this was back in May, okay, last May that we produced this video. So it's a good one, and it's a little bit of a Matrix red pill moment if you have not seen it, okay? So go and check that out. Very, very, yeah, good video. Right, where we're going? And where have we come from? So some pretty easy levels, to be honest, on BTC, I still do believe. So going into the weekend and last week, we basically wanted this zone to hold, okay? It was last week's weekly open and the previous range value area high of that 4-hour range, okay? We'll go and have a look at that in trading view in a second. Okay, wasn't really watching the charts over the weekend, but it's very nice to just manage your risk from that point of view. Where are we now? Okay, so we have actually come down, haven't we? So yesterday morning, woke up, offers above there, ready to sell into price if we did rise up over the weekend. Low liquidity weekend. I don't really like trading the weekends. The best time to open those trades up is actually just watching the Asian session, okay? But woke up yesterday morning and we're falling down under that value area. High of that range and back into range. So mentioned to the guys yesterday in the Discord that, yeah, okay, look, this is not very good to be back into this range now, and mentioned as well that what you probably get is a bounce up into here, you know, the old classic resistance zone, back down, and then we'll see what we get. We have actually volleyed back up now, and we are just auctioning price just above this level now, so that's nice to see. But yeah, we did get exactly that in the US session yesterday. We just popped up, just tickled under that daily open, rotated down, woke up this morning, and we're back above there now, so that's nice to see. So let's go and have a look at some trading view levels. But yeah, some interesting stuff going on at the moment, isn't there? I do agree, to be honest, with blunts here. Market bounce soon, in my honest opinion. Not time to be bearish at the minute. That was last week, and you know, that was when we caught the shorts, wasn't it? Okay, shorts under 110k, very, very valid. Mentioned to the guys in the live dish sessions last week as well that actually it might be worth your while holding on to a little bit of that short if it's a hedge position. Downside, Jim Cramer, you should earn Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the great thing to have in your portfolio. Yeah, so there's still a lot of conflicting narratives in the market, but I wish if Jim Cramer would get bearish, that'd be brilliant. Thank you, Jim. But yeah, I mean, look, you can blame your Chinese new AI agents if you want, but there's a lot going on in the macro market that will give rise to a little bit of risk off in risk assets. Okay, so you know, Bank of Japan raising rates a few days ago, okay, 25 basis points and stuff. You know, it seems like one of those things where we always need someone to blame, and at the minute it's this new Chinese app, isn't it? Okay, as far as crypto goes, I still don't think there really is much reason to be totally bearish with all, you know, the bigger headwinds have gone now, to be honest. Yeah, Mercury, the deep sea FUD reminds me of Japanese yen carry trade FUD from not too long ago, where everyone suddenly is all knowing about the subject they don't actually understand. Blows out a lot of proportion, and yeah, I completely, that's why I've liked this, to be honest, I completely agree with this. I think in a week or so, we will forgotten all about it, and the market will do its own thing. I especially think Bitcoin will do its own thing. But yeah, Jesus, if you're not following the Invest Cramer, go and follow it. Oh God, Nvidia could be breaking out. Nvidia today down 17%, 630 billion, single largest loss of market cap in stock. It could be where in stock history, actually. I think it was just the quickness of it and the speed of it. But anyway, right, let's go and have a look at some trading view levels before we jump into the TRDR console. So yeah, a little bit of a bounce back as we can see here, okay. Just go a quick look at legacy markets there. Dixie is still rounding off at these highs here. Coinbase doing the same as Bitcoin, isn't it? S&P, little drop there, but still actually looks like it's just forming a little bit of a range here. And as we can see, Nvidia absolutely down only. Could potentially be still on trend here though. If it starts to break structure and go lower, then that's not going to look the best. You want a bounce sooner or later on this asset, and I think you're probably going to get it. Okay, so weekly chart, where have we come from, where are we going? Then we'll look at the daily, 4 hour and the like before we jump into a couple of altcoins. Okay, so we've wicked right below that 100k and right into 98k. Where is that? Okay, really nice and easy, very simple. This is how I like the higher time frame charts. Weekly level right there, 98.2. Okay, so we wicked right down into that zone. We got a little bit of bid yesterday. It wasn't the best, to be honest. I think there was a couple of other charts that were looking like better day trades. All right, I think ETH and DOGE looked pretty good actually. But yeah, daily chart, there you go. So we are still in this range. Okay, you've actually broken a little bit of structure from that high, lower high there, and it looks like you're kind of rounding off here. I do like the daily wick again. It's similar to this one we had back here, isn't it? So it's nice to see, you know, are you forming a new structure where this is the start point and this becomes your next high, you know? Maybe it is, but what I would say is the levels are very similar to last week, and so I think that it's very easy to manage the trades here. Okay, nice wick on that daily chart. Value area high of this overall here. You've got a daily open and a weekly open very close there, and then you've got a nice confluence of levels coming in here. Okay, weekly VWAP 101k. I would still, like last week, we've deviated down, we're back up. I would still like this zone to hold for further risk on, and I think other assets should be able to run as well. Okay, 4 hour time frame. Okay, 4 hour time frame, which is actually 288. I won't explain that. But basically breaks the day down nicely. Do your maths in a 24-hour day. Okay, so this is your 4 hour range. And again, to the guys yesterday, so we wicked up into this area, okay, came back down, woke up this morning, and now we're back in this zone. Okay, so posted this for the guys yesterday. This is still the zone you really want to hold. So you can float about here, you can chop about here for a couple of days. And obviously we know we've got FOMC in a couple of days. Okay, so actually tomorrow actually FOMC, so could get a little bit of volatility from that. But this is still the zone you want to hold. Okay, and it's very easy. Okay, so we held the zone here up, nice, down over the weekend, deviation back, and now we're back up. Okay, so again, we got an initial reaction off that resistance zone there. Okay, so all last week it was a case of resistance, swing failure, resistance, up, resistance, then we break through, we chop it all, but actually start to confirm this zone here. Okay, we want to just do that again. Okay, you want to confirm this zone, okay, as support, and then get some continuation. So when we have a look at the TRDR console, yes, you want to see some dynamic bid now come in and start to push up. If not, if you do start to auction this range below for any length of time, yeah, you know, that's why I said yesterday, I think there's nothing to stop it then going back down to those lows and the monthly open, but level to level. You know, no hindsight trading, please. Let's just keep it level to level. No hindsight trading. This was a good short. That was a good long. Well, post it. You know, if you're thinking that, then post it. Okay, level to level here for me. Okay, hold this level for continued risk on. If you start to auction below for any length of time and the supply gets heavier, then yeah, of course, okay, short your shorts. Right, so quick look at other assets then. That's BTC before we go into the TRDR console. Okay, ETH has really struggled at this point of control here, 3.3k, I'm just going to call it. That's going to be a real inflection point on ETH, okay? I'm not too fussed for trading ETH, I do have to say, but it is in this higher time frame range. So really, yeah, okay, look, ETH is going to be, this is your zone on ETH, okay? That's going to be your zone. If you can rise up, flip that zone, then you're going to get some continuation. And I do like the fact that everyone is super bearish on ETH, okay? I don't think the asset's going anywhere. You know, I've got no opinion on dev teams leaving and all of that business, but I just think when something gets so hated and it's such a large asset in the crypto space, you know, it's not going anywhere, is it? So I would like to play the counter trade for all that hate if we get some nice support, if we get some bid, and we'll bid it up, okay? Sol, I think, is doing Sol things. Sol's had a harsh pullback, hasn't it? But I still think it's looking okay. This is your higher time frame macro trend. Looks quite nasty, but on the grand scheme of things, Sol is up only and still looking good. Okay, levels a little bit lower here, okay, around that 230. But even if you were to deviate a little bit lower, I mean, Sol could come all the way back to 200 and it would still be on a higher time frame trend. But we have seen some bid come in on Sol. Right, nice chart I want to show you is DOGE. Okay, so DOGE is, again, it's just in this range, and this is your zone to hold. Okay, we'll just call it 0.3. So I mentioned to the guys yesterday, they looked pretty good actually. Wasn't too sure on BTC obviously, but I think ETH looked really good yesterday. Nice rise up on ETH, and I think DOGE also looked very good yesterday as it was down there. So two nice day trades yesterday. There was probably a lot more that you guys have seen, but yeah, really nice bounces, especially when you're looking at a 4-hour chart. I think DOGE looks pretty good here. Okay, so this is the zone to hold now. You've got this order block down at that 0.3 level. You've also got the classic 4-hour 700 MA. If you're not familiar with that, go and get that one and have a little look back and back test that one. It's generally quite a good one. So a little bit of a rise up here and a lot of confluence down here if we are to get any push further. Sad to say it, I am sad to say it, PEPE is looking dog shit. It's looking like a dead frog, to be honest. Absolute no way to shake this or cook it. This is a worse downtrend than most other assets, to be honest, which is a shame because I do like PEPE. I hold a bit of PEPE, always will do, because it's the best meme out there. Don't care what anyone says. None of these other memes are funny, especially not your penguins. They are the worst NFT and memes I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, but PEPE, yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame. I think you're still going to get a bit of value if we can drop lower. But what I'd really like to see is PEPE needs to start forming a range now. Okay, it really does. You know, it's been downtrending. You really need to start forming a range here instead of just nuking down lower, okay? Because this is not good. It's nice when you see it form these ranges, okay, and you can get quite optimistic about these pushes up. But then when you get an instant breakdown, yeah, that's not a good sign, to be honest. Not a good sign at all. So despite the fact I love PEPE, yeah, the chart is worse than, I would say the chart is worse than ETH, to be honest. Oof, I might get a lot of boos and bad comments about that, but it is. Anyway, right, moving on. I want to show you Hype. Hype is a very nice chart, okay? Let me just zoom in a little bit there. So I mentioned to the guys in the private section of Discord that I'm actually watching to see if I can get some real value a little bit lower down here. Just under that $20 mark. I think that'd be right. It'd be very good value. For now, it is just holding this point of control around that $20. But I think if we do get any further market turn, you know, in Big Dog, Bitcoin and the stock market and the like, if you can get under $20 on Hype, I think that's going to be a very good value trade, okay? Something to keep an eye on. So anywhere down there would be good. If it just breaks onwards and upwards, that's going to look good if you hold any spot, obviously, but certainly for any better value and especially derivatives trades, yeah, I would just see if you can just get a little bit lower down on there. All right, guys. So let's jump into the TRDR console and see what the flows are doing.
Well, in my book, you either do it right or you get eliminated.
Here we go then, guys. Welcome into the TRDR console. Okay, link below for a free trial if you're unfamiliar with this platform. Where have you been for the last few years? How are you trading without it? Right, so just looking at the multiverse at the moment. All right, guys. So a couple of things to acknowledge is, look, you know, ETH is following BTC. I mean, you know, just look at it. I mean, the charts are now in exactly the same. Same with Sol at the minute. So BTC is still driving the narrative of the market. But one thing I would say is, after yesterday's drop down, so I woke up here and we're still dropping down. And yeah, of course, I'd have thought, you know, I was looking at this 97k level again, you know, we've hit those areas again. You look at those levels, but then you see what develops in the day. And certainly when you start to hit these levels, okay, like Blunt said on Twitter, it's not a time to get bearish. When you start to find demand, that's a time to then manage your shorts, take a bit of profit on shorts, and then consider a bit more risk on to the long side, okay? And here we are, right? So nice bounce on ETH, nice bounce on DOGE as well. I thought DOGE looked great yesterday. Sol's getting a nice bounce. It always will do. It's a strong asset to trade. And here we are, right? So a couple of levels a little bit higher. Let me just zoom into that. So there we go. 15-minute time frame. Yeah, and as I said, last week these were your shorts, okay? So on the live session we showed that one and also mentioned that one as well. Those were your shorts right up there, okay? When you fall to demand, this isn't the time to short. So these are your levels on BTC at the minute. I'm just on Binance Spot. So some entities came in there at that 98, 99k level, okay? And then we're trying to get some limit bids in there, but we did get some nice demand, okay? And we're bouncing now. What I'll do is, let me just go to the order book quickly and let's have a look at what the other exchanges are doing. So here we go. Just going to go to spot for a moment and show you where those levels are, okay? So weekly open up here, value area high of that 4-hour range. It's actually a daily range as well, okay? POC, point of control still back there. And then the value area low and the monthly open, okay? So I did consider that we might auction down into this zone yesterday, but the bid was okay. If you were getting a bit of fresh risk on in this zone, yeah, 97 had to be your invalidation, which is a couple of percent, okay, away. All right, so it's still a good risk reward, but 97 was your invalidation, and we bounce up. Other exchanges right here, right now. Okay, so look, the levels aren't that big. 97k is still your biggest bid level. 110k is still your biggest offer level to the top. Let's have a look at what Coinbase is doing. Yeah, okay, so yeah, a little bit of bid here from Coinbase Pro, not bad. What the other exchange is doing. Qcoin, Kraken have been bid. I know Kraken have been bidding this quite well, so that's good. And then, yeah, the kingmakers, Binance PEPE really. And what has to be highlighted is whether you're blaming Chinese AI agents or the Bank of Japan for your crypto prices falling, try to avoid these weekends where it's real low. I mean, look at this price action. Do not trade in this. Well, you can do what you want, you know, manage your own risk, but why would you want to trade in this crab action here? Okay, so this is a 5-minute time frame, but all weekend price is doing absolutely nothing. You've got price clipped at the top there, okay, so the PEPs, boys and girls, are saying no higher. You've got no bid depth under price whatsoever, so you need to go and find a bid. Imagine it like a real life auction, okay? No one's bidding, no one's buying here, so you need to go and find a bid. We drop down, you find a bid. So even PEPs was looking quite nice yesterday, okay? Obviously you've got these entities lower at that 90k. I would never look that far ahead until we get there, okay? It's only your hindsight traders and, you know, your higher time frame speculators that'll jump in and go, oh yeah, we're going to 90k or we're going to 120k. Well, you know, do you want to trade today or do you want to sit on your hands and wait for these levels, you know? If we get there, then we'll have a look at it. As I always say, if this, then that, which means, yep, it's fine to have these levels in mind, but don't sit on your hands and do nothing. Maybe those levels never come, you know? Okay, so here we are now. We are still lacking bid in the PEPs market, which is a shame, okay? So, you know, we've got those levels there. What I said was on TradingView, and I'll just display it again on here, is this is the zone I still want to hold, okay? 100k is just a psychological level. For me, it's 102. Value area high, weekly open up here, okay? If you start to auction down here again, then yeah, it's more likely you're going to go and auction that monthly open. And I would say then it's not going to look too hot, to be honest. You're then into another range auction, and it could take a couple more weeks. You're certainly not going to get any further instant push-up. So hold this zone for me, get some dynamic bid coming in, okay? Make the bulls chase this up now, yeah? So that's what you want to see. Go and watch that video on Mark Douglas that I showed earlier. If you've been bidding these lows, you are the first ones in. Well, you're not the first ones in, obviously, but in the last 24 hours, okay? What you want to see is these levels now move up, okay, and start to bid price up. That's what you want to see, but very easy to manage risk here. So quick look at volume then. Volume on the CVDs. Let me just go to a 15-minute, actually. So look, here we go. There's not too much edge right here, right now on the volume, but I would say if we drop any further, what you're going to start to build is volume bullish CVD divergences. What have you got here as well? You've got low open interest, your funding's coming down, your LS ratio is down as well. And what's the cherry on the cake in this recipe? Retail traders starting to short this zone. Okay, so for me, I'm not looking to short this zone whatsoever. Despite the fact we've had a little bit of selling here, I'm not looking to short this zone. You know, you've got those top levels just above. Okay, you've got a top level there at 105, but unless I actually see aggressive selling in that zone, I'm not just going to short this, especially in a Euro session market, okay? So plan for the week, to summarize, okay? Start to hold this 102k zone, 102, 101k zone, okay? And then we want dynamic bid to push price up. If you start to auction below here, okay, and this value area high at 102 becomes resistance, very, very easy. You're probably going to rotate down and auction a lot lower. So then shorts are a lot more valid. All right, guys. ETH, SOL, and a lot of the others are probably going to follow, but there are some strong charts out there like Hyperliquid and a few others. All right, guys. So live later on, we can delve into a little bit more depth on the altcoin market. Okay, in the TRDR console, live in the US session. Join us there. If you're a new subscriber, please go check out those other videos and the playlist. Please, you know, that Mark Douglas video. Please go check that out. Do yourself a favor, please. You know, there's no alpha decay in here whatsoever. We like to share what knowledge we have with everybody. Okay, guys, so speak soon. Hope you have a great week. Back on Thursday for another update.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?